Hey there, I'm John Zimmerman with Upper Creek Angler, and we're continuing our work through Steve Skuce's book, Grayling Flies. This is fly number 48, the normal pink shrimp. And we'll get started with a layer of flat lead. If you don't have flat lead, then a layer of whatever lead wire you do have available would be appropriate. You want to keep a relatively slim profile, which this flat lead definitely helps you achieve. And either break that off with your hands or with a pair of scissors that you don't care very much about. And if you'll take these ends and really bunch them together before you start to affix your thread, you'll have fewer problems to start with the lead splitting out on you. And then at that point you will want to create some thread dams on both sides of the lead ends, so that when you start to wrap over the lead, it kind of quite literally has nowhere to go on you. And in the vise I have a partridge or reddish straight shanked grub hook in a size 12. The book calls for this fly to be tied in sizes 10 down to I think 16 or 18. And in the bobbin I've got some Danville 70D fluorescent pink thread. And the rest of this will just get covered up in the rest of our work. We're going to tie in a length of brassy sized UTC wire in silver. And then right on top of the hook we're going to tie in what we're going to use for our shell back on this, which is a piece of mylar that's been cut wide. You want to make sure you tie this straight onto the back of the hook. You can do that using a pinch wrap and roll it to the top. And this is kind of your last chance to make sure you've got the taper that you want for this fly before we start adding our dubbing to it. I'm pretty happy with that. I've got a patch of pink dubbing that we're going to pull a lot of this out on the underside for some legs. You don't want to dub it on super tight. Dub it on tight so that it sticks, but not so tight that you're going to struggle to pull some legs out of it. And if I were doing this in real time for my own tying, I would have tied a much longer dubbing noodle, but when I do that on videos it runs right into the camera, so we won't do that here. That looks really wide, but when we go through with the silver ribbing, a lot of that will shrink down on us. And that's plenty. We'll pull the rest of that off. See if we can snatch any of that back onto the hook. Now we will pull the shell casing over. We want to keep it straight on top of the hook, so I'm going to use my finger and keep it cemented while I make a couple securing wraps with the thread. And now we will bring our ribbing over top. Whichever way you wrap the ribbing is going to want to make it torque to that side, so you'll need to continuously self-correct for that as you come up the fly. Couple wraps in front and behind the wire, and we'll reach in and helicopter that wire material off and build up just a little head here. And take your personal favorite brand of head cement or super glue, coat your thread with it, and you've got a couple of options. You can take a couple of whacks at the head with the wet Sally Hansen's or head cement of your choosing, or you can do what I tend to do, which is to just whip finish the wet thread right onto the knot. So the last thing that we're going to do with this fly after we have whip finished it is to take some kind of brush and really give the bottom of this fly a work over and pull a lot of these dubbing fibers out of the bottom. So either a toothbrush can work. This is a gun cleaning tool. What we want to do is really be able to pull some of those fibers down and give the appearance of legs there. So that is the pink shrimp fly number 48 from Steve Skuce's book, Grayling Flies. Happy tying.